Ah, yes, I've been waiting for this segment, and finally we are here. We have been joined by one of the most sought-after indigenous Nigerian models, and I say that in no small way, on the international scene. Now, someone who's currently living her childhood dream. It is so good to have her here. Her name is Adesola Adeyemi. She's a supermodel who began her journey from her days in Unilag, and yes, she's made it to the world. It's like from Unilag to the world. You are welcome, Adesola. Good to have you here.
Good to have you too. Thank you for having me.
Look what they've been talking about. But of course, you are indeed a supermodel. And I'm so interested in your story. I mean, starting from here in Nigeria and making it to world stage. When it comes to fashion, it is a big deal because you model for big international brands. And that means plenty of money in your pocket, doesn't it?
What did you say?
It means plenty of money in your pocket.
I can't say.
But tell us about the experience from starting here in Nigeria, here at Unilag, all the way to the world. What was it like? How did you start? Everything.
So I always wanted to be a model, basically, and I got inspired when Agbani Darego won Miss World, and I would always look myself in the mirror, and I didn't grow up thinking I was beautiful because I wasn't told, by parents and stuff like that. I was always compared. So I always just try to self-motivate myself. And when I stand into the mirror, I'm like, I can do beyond. I'm beautiful, and the world is going to, appreciate my beauty. And I got into the university. My parents actually told me to study accounting because I was quite really good in school, but I didn't have any interest in it. So I was very unhappy about that.
Okay.
And told them, I'm going to do this for you, but when I'm done, I'm going to drop the certificate.
I'm going to do me then.
Yeah, I'm going to do me, So when I got into university, you get some freedom. Yeah. And then I decided, this is the right time to, pursue modeling. Sadly, when I, tried to, tell them, hey, I want to go into modeling, this and that, they were really like, no, prostitutes are the ones that do modeling. They, so much stereotype. So I had to go beyond, and be more assertive on what I really want to do.
Yeah.
And it was funny that I didn't have an agency while I was in University of Lagos.
So how did you manage?
Well, I used to wear heels to class, and I would wear heels in campus, and people would be making fun of me, like, why is this one always wearing heels? And then one day, a guy who was a scout, saw me, and he's like, are you a model? And I was like...
Where did he see you? Where did you meet that opportunity? That's what I'm very curious about. We're just walking on the road, and you're just like, hey, fine girl.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Unilag well, the campus.
Yes, I do.
Okay, it was just right in front of I think it's like a Catholic church.
Okay, yeah, I know there, yeah.
Yeah, so that was where I was. And then I used to actually get a lot of attention from people because I always wore colors. Like, you would always see me in pink, pink, pink.
Yeah.
Or like purple, purple, purple.
I can see that already. I know your type. I know your type very well. Now, Now, that started modeling for you here in Nigeria.
Yes.
And that opportunity got you outside of the country. What is it like modeling outside the country? Is it anything like we've seen here in Nigeria? I've been privileged to be with models for one of the model festivals that we had, or rather fashion festivals that we had here in Lagos. And I know that it is no small feat. I know that it is quite the energy that you need, the standing about for hours, sometimes 24 and all of that. Is it the same outside the country or even, well...
I would say it's totally a different perspective. And to be honest, I'm really grateful that I model abroad now because you're more respected. It's seen more as a job. And while modeling in Nigeria, I had some things I was really unhappy about, like how models were treated or how they were talked down.
Tell us about it. Talk to us about it.
First of all, you're paid peanuts. And, it's really unfair how you're on set with other creatives and everyone is talking down on you. So that was one thing everyone knows Adesola for. I don't care when I'm on set with everyone. Right from when I was in Unilag, I've always been an outspoken person and very assertive. I like to be treated with respect because I knew that regardless of modeling, I was an educated person. I was studying accounting.
Yeah. And that's what you get outside the country. People respect the fact that you actually have a career in modeling. It's a real job.
Yes, it's a real job. And then, models are well respected. They don't... So while my experience right in Nigeria was like, I remember I was schooling. And these clients also know you're a student. I'm just trying to make another means of like income,
Yeah.
And then they bring you on set and leave you like 7 a.m. and you're finishing at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's rather
It was
bad.
wrong. And they don't even like help to like pay for your transport, and they give you like little money.
So they take advantage of you. They exploit you because you're actually a student. You're trying to, make a living, a small living from it.
Yeah, basically.
And that's different outside the country.
It's very different. Outside, like I remember my, first experience. I literally was begging the clients when they told me, I'm used to working like 8 hours, 10 hours here, and like they don't give you food on set sometimes.
That's here in Nigeria.
Here in Nigeria, like how it used to be, right? So my first job, I went on set, and my call time was probably like for 8 a.m. And the call time wasn't that I was working. It was for me to have breakfast and relax.
You're talking about the experience outside Nigeria.
Outside Nigeria.
It's very different.
Very different. So I was very confused, like, I'm here to work. And then after, like, having like my breakfast and all, I started shooting. And, I was trying to warm up, all for them to say I was done.
Oh, wow.
And then this was a really, big client. And I knew, like, okay, they were paying me, like, extreme amount of money compared to what. So I went to them, I was begging them. I was like,
I can do more.
I'm not done.
I can imagine. We're looking at some of your pictures now, and we can see very, very beautiful pictures. I don't know if this is from your experience here in Nigeria or outside the country.
This is outside.
This is outside the country. It is mega beautiful, I must say. But
Right.
if you were to look at somebody like maybe somebody that has a potential, what would you be looking out in that person when it comes to modeling? Just like you were picked out in front of Catholic Church instead of Unilag.
Right.
What would you be looking out for in a potential model?
One thing I'm a fan of is personality. So, and I see how, sometimes I see models here, because sometimes I do like little scouting here and there and see, because I know my struggles. I know how I struggled coming up, and sometimes I want to help. Yeah. But I notice how some people have this, mindset like, oh, being a model, you have to be saucy, bitchy, and things like that. It doesn't work outside like that. You're not like a supermodel, basically, that even if you are. So that's one thing. And you find out that people are very self-conceited. So when you think you're beautiful and you're tall and you get so much attraction, it gets into your head. Yeah. And then that also reflects how you relate to people.
Doesn't happen to you? You're not in any way...
I try my best to...
But you will admit that it might happen sometimes. You have seen yourself...
Yeah, but you have to be careful. So personality
goddess amongst women.
One of the ways I book my jobs, like I've worked with like really high-end clients, and I would think that I wouldn't get, the job. Because you see like really high, supermodels, top models that you think have done way jobs than you. And I'm booking it, and the feedback is like, we really love her. We really love her personality. She's, So that's one thing that I think is a key role, apart from your, beauty and also your intelligence. Most of the time, you're representing brands, and you want to be able to speak up on certain things. You have to be able to represent the brands well as well.
I have a question now. So modeling is something that most brands use. I mean, they use models for everything, from a bottle of soft or soda can to perfume or whatever it is. When you go on the streets, you see models every single day representing brands. Now, in Nigeria, I don't know how much people get paid, but I have a similar experience when it comes to voiceovers, so I can tell you that they don't get paid enough. However, as a supermodel from outside the country, what would you say to these agencies or brands or establishments who utilize people who are models for their business in terms of trying to make it a more, what's the word now, a more well-structured profession? What would you say, how would you suggest to them that they structure their organizations with your experience from outside the country?
I would just say, packaging is everything, being a Nigerian, right? So there are ways that you can, present your models that you put them away from the stereotype that people see them as.
What about pay? What about how much they get? Do they get enough in Nigeria? Do you think?
I've been out of the modeling business in Nigeria, and I'm really concerned about that. I am trying to do some research to see how models are being paid, but I don't think that they are being paid enough. I feel like they're still being taken advantage of, because the time I have like some of my colleagues in New York City, and they told me when they know I'm from Lagos, oh my God, I used to do, there's a particular show I don't want to mention, and they told me how like they used to, like this particular show in Lagos would bring international models in, and then they would pay them, like thousands of dollars. I mean, like
So
really
I know where you're
thousands
going.
of dollars.
Yeah.
And then they pay the Nigerian
The
models
local models,
like 100K.
peanuts. Yeah.
You know, and
But that's
things
the
like that.
disparity I'm talking about, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering if you have suggestions for the
Honestly, I just feel like it's the industry in a whole.
Yeah.
Like if you don't show respect to this industry, like, you know, the models,
individuals in the industry.
how do you actually think you want to pay them? They are what this pay. If you don't,
Yeah.
you know, if you're treating it as
Well,
just you know, random job.
Well, Adesola, I'm so glad that we have people like you who have experienced both places, here in Nigeria and outside the country.
Right.
Maybe you bring back some of that to the country here, and we can actually have a well-structured industry eventually with people like you. So we're looking forward to your agency, perhaps, maybe sometime in the future. Yeah. And you do have a fantastic smile. I'm sure you hear that all the time.
Thank
It's okay. Adesola, thank you for coming. Good to have you
so
here.
much.
We'll be looking forward to more of your endeavors. And of course, hey, don't keep us out of the loop. Anytime you have any international gigs, let us know so we could, I'll fly over.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, we've got just a little bit time left inside of Wake Up Nigeria, but at this point, we have to go to the kitchen because it's still steaming in there. I think we're ready already, aren't we, MM?